this training, let's go over what do you say or ask when a prospect ghosts you. Now, I want to be clear. When I say prospect ghosts you, this means you've already had a discovery conversation with the prospect. So whether you sell in person, whether you sell on the phone, whether you sell virtually to a consumer or to a business, that doesn't matter. You've already had that conversation. And for whatever reason, maybe the second appointment they no-showed, or maybe, 5 months into the sales cycle, the contract was going through legal and then they just went missing in action. So what do you do to get them back to engage? All right. Now, let's say if you have an appointment. So for this example here, let's say that you sell virtually, okay, or you sell on the phone and you actually had a booked appointment. Okay, you're supposed to have that conversation. So let's say they don't show up on Zoom. You wait 4 or 5 minutes, okay? I would probably call them right away first and say, if I get a voicemail like, hey, John, I'm on Zoom waiting for you. You had asked us to schedule with you for this time to go over X, Y, Z. And like I say, I'll be available here for just a little bit today. Okay. And I'm going to leave that voice message. I'm probably going to text them as well. Okay. So let's say if you're selling to a consumer, you might have their phone number. You're going to text them that. And I'm probably going to email them a version of that. I might just change a few of the words. Okay. I might email them like, hey, Mary, I'm on Zoom right now, waiting for you. You'd asked to schedule this time with us for this time to go over X, Y, Z. So you get ABC. I'll be available here for just a little bit. Talk then. Okay. So you want to build that status that you're just going to be available here for just a little bit. You're not waiting around for them all day, because what? Your time is just as valuable as what? Their time, right? Because remember, you're not the one that has the problems. They are. You're the one that can solve the problems, right? So you're not going to qualify to them. You're going to learn how to qualify, how to get them to qualify to you. Now, let me show you some other examples here, okay? So I would probably leave a voicemail, I would email and text, just variations of that. Now, let's say they don't respond to any of those. They don't respond to the email, they don't call you back, and they don't respond to the text, okay? So the second message, if I'm selling to a consumer, I'm probably going to send the second message the next day. Now, if I'm selling to a company, I'm going to wait a couple of days, okay? Because if you start following up with a company like 3 times a day, they're not going to like you. I promise you, they're going to view you as some like pushy salesperson that's needy and desperate, because an expert is not needy. An expert is not desperate. They have lots of business coming to them because they solve problems and they actually do the best job at it. So you don't want to seem too desperate. So if you're selling to a company, especially if it's a large company, you're almost waiting 2 or 3 days before you send the next message, because that implies that you're busy. You don't need their business. Remember, you're not the one that has the problems. They are. You're the one that solves the problems, not the other way around. So let's say in the second message, let's say if I'm selling to a consumer and I'm selling solar residential, let's say I could leave this email, or I could kind of do this in a version of a voicemail. Let's say this is an email. Hey, Sally, you'd asked us to schedule for yesterday to go over ways to lock in your rate and lower your power bill so you didn't have to pay the rate hikes. I did try to reach you and I waited on Zoom for about 30 minutes, but we didn't hear back. I'll be available here for just a little bit today. Here's my number. Talk to you then. Okay. Now I could leave the same type of voicemail. Hey, yeah, Sally, hey, it's Jeremy Miner. You had asked us to schedule with you to meet on Zoom about looking at ways to lock in your rate and protect you against the rate hikes from Edison. I did try to reach you on phone and text as well when I didn't hear from you on Zoom. So I'll be available here for a little bit today. Here's my number. Talk to you then. That would be like a second message as an example, okay? So I'm just giving you some different examples of how you structure this. Now, let's say they don't respond to the second message, okay? Here's the difference. If I'm selling to consumers, the third message is probably going to go out just the very next day, the third day. If I'm selling to a company, I'm probably going to wait another 2 or 3 days before I send the third message. You don't want to look desperate, especially if it's enterprise. I might even wait 4 or 5 days to send the third message because I don't want to seem needy or desperate. That's not going to help you, I can assure you, okay? If it's a smaller company, maybe I wait 2 days, okay? All right, same thing. I'm just going to restructure it a little bit. This is an email. Hey, Sally, I did try to reach you, and I left a few messages the last few days, but we didn't hear back, ... You're going to scroll down a line, and you're simply going to say, where should we go from here question mark, and that's it. You just hit send. Don't say anything but below. Don't say, looking forward to your response, or I'm praying you're okay, or I'm hoping you're okay, or we really like to work with you. You're going to do so great with us. Stop fluffing your emails. You look desperate. You feel desperate. This email works. I cannot tell you the responses our clients get from this email. Now, if you were on the conversation, that discovery call or conversation with them, and you built zero gap, you were extremely pushy and aggressive, and you triggered sales resistance the entire time, what's the likelihood of they're going to respond to this email? A lot lower. Okay. You follow what we train you how to do. Okay. And you get even a third of the way good at what we train you to do with persuasion. You'll have 70+% of the people that respond to this email. Okay. Depending on your industry. Okay. Now, I could do this in a phone call as well. I could do this in a text. If I'm leaving a voicemail, hey, Sally, it's Jeremy Miner getting back to you. I did try to reach you the last couple of days, and I left a few messages and emails, but we didn't hear back. The question is, where should we go from here? I'll be available here for a little bit today. Here's my number. If I don't answer, leave a message, because I've got back-to-back appointments with clients, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have some time. Talk to you then. So that would be a little bit of a difference if I left a voicemail. Okay, if I left a text, it's going to be the same as here, or an email. Hey, Sally, did try to reach you and left a few messages the last couple of days, but we didn't hear back. Scroll down the line. Don't do it in a whole paragraph. Where should we go from here? Or I could say, how do you want to proceed from here? I like where should we go from here better. That's just my preference. Okay.
Hey guys, Jeremy Miner here. Look, a lot of you leave comments wanting me to help you sell more. So the easiest way to get a hold of me, the quickest way, is to text me. So text me right now. It's 480-637-2944. So 480-637-2944. Listen, I started this company to help you learn how to close more deals, but do it the right way. Text me right now. Let's get back to the training video.
Now let's come back here. What do we do if they don't respond to that third or fourth message? Okay. So typically, whether it's a consumer, whether it's a business, you're going to wait at least 3 to 5 days before you send this next email or send this next text or voicemail. If you sent that last email on Friday, you're not going to send this email on Monday. Okay, because it hasn't been enough time, just the weekend. You're probably going to wait 5 days. More than likely, if I were you, whether you sell consumer business, I'd wait at least 5 days if you don't hear back from that email, text, or last voicemail. Then I'm going to go with this email, or I could even do this in a text or a voicemail. Let's say it's an email. Hey, Sally, I ended up leaving a few messages, a couple of voicemails the last few weeks, but we never heard back from you. So we're not sure if you got abducted by aliens, you retired and moved to Bali, or maybe you won the $780 million lottery. However, because of my schedule, this will be my last attempt to reach you. So here's my number. And like I said, this will be my last attempt to reach you. Take care. And that's it. You're like done with them. You'll be surprised how many people respond back, because this is kind of playful. This is funny here. We don't know if you got abducted by aliens, you retired and moved to Bali, or maybe you won the $780 million lottery. Now, if there is an actual lottery in your city or state that's a certain amount, put that certain amount in, because maybe they know about it and they just laugh and they'll respond back to this a lot. Okay. I could leave this in a voicemail as well. I could leave this in a text. The important part is now, just because of my schedule, this will be my last attempt to reach you. So if you'd like to reach me, here's my number one last time, 555-655. Like I said, this will be my last attempt to reach you. Take care. So it's like you're done with them. So a lot of times when people feel like you're done with them, it forces them to feel like, oh, maybe there's something good they have to offer, because salespeople typically don't do that. They keep chasing. But when they feel like you don't necessarily need them, that you're detached from the outcome, it raises your status in their mind, because they feel like, oh, because that's what experts do. Like, could you imagine, like, an expert that you respect, like Elon Musk, like pushing and pressuring you to buy a Tesla car, or something like that, or invest in this thing, like calling you 27 times? Unlikely. All right. Because he doesn't need that. Okay. It's like you have an opportunity to invest with him, not the other way around. It's the same type of status. Okay. Now, let's say they don't respond to this. I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay. Now, I'm typically, and I'm not even going to say this. You're going to wait longer than 4 to 5 days. Okay. You're typically going to wait about 2 weeks. Okay. If it's a consumer, I'd wait 2 weeks. If it's a business, I might even wait 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. After I left those 5 messages, because I've already left 5 messages. That's a lot. Okay. If they haven't responded back, I don't want to seem needy. So I'm going to wait at least 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm just simply going to email back, hey, John, we didn't hear back. Did you guys give up on solving XYZ problem so that you could blank, or what actually happened? That's the generic version. So you're going to repeat, did you give up on whatever the problem was? Did you give up on, getting higher quality leads so you could scale the business, or what actually happened? It's hard for somebody to say, yes, we gave up on the thing they said they wanted. Okay, so let me show you an example of this for a different industry. Let's say if you sold business consulting. Hey, John, tried to reach you a few times, but we didn't hear back. Did you guys give up on putting in the right operations, the right system so you could scale to 12 million a month, or what actually happened? Question mark, that's it. Don't fluff it. Don't say at the end, looking forward to hearing from you, or I pray that you're okay. Don't do that. It really is salesy if you add that. Do not do that. Just focus on the problem and the thing they said they wanted, and ask them, did they give up on that, or what actually happened? And I can assure you, a lot of people respond to this, but that's 3 to 4 weeks later, okay? Or let's say if you sold fitness, like you sell some type of weight loss device, or you sell, you're a gym owner, or let's say you're a personal trainer, okay? And you haven't heard back, and you wait 3 or 4 weeks. This is like the 6th or 7th message. Hey, John, we didn't hear back. Did you give up on losing the 87 pounds so you could walk your daughters down the aisle, or what actually happened? Now, you're only going to say that if that's why John or whoever said they wanted to lose weight, because they were worried that they might have a heart attack and they wouldn't be able to walk their daughters down the aisle. If they didn't say that, that's going to offend them. Like if you just put that in there, like they're going to be like, screw off, okay? You're just repeating back the thing they said they wanted. He wanted to lose 87 pounds so he could basically, walk his daughter down the aisles, because, he's got all this weight on his heart, could have a heart attack, okay? See what I'm doing there, okay? Let's see if I've got another example for you. Oh, I think that's it. Now, if you want additional help with that, there should be a link on here you can click if you want to speak to one of our specialists, and especially if you want more industry-specific training, that's more in our advanced Inner Circle Mastery programs. I hoped what I just showed you there kind of filled in a little bit of the gaps, and we'll see you in the next training video.